Gonna replace you anyways.
Hello, hello, hello.
Joseph here with D&D. Toodles.
And a good Thursday morning. Thanks for watching. It is the 21st of March. Running a little bit late this morning, but here we are. Thank you so much for watching on the KGNS app, on the website at kgns.tv. We're also live on the KGNS YouTube channel. Oh, we got to fix this a little bit here. And there is... Wait, not yet, Yolanda. You're not on yet.
Is it too high?
Okay. Can they test your mic?
Mic check, mic check.
There you go.
Oh, there I am.
All right. There you go. Hi, Yolanda. How are you this morning?
I am great.
Did the rain stop or is it still raining?
I went outside right now and I was like, I don't feel any drizzle.
Yeah.
So there could be some spots that are getting some light drizzle, but the rain is gone for today. We're going to get more of that sunshine and our temperatures will be warming up this afternoon. But this morning, many of you woke up to wet roads and those cloudy and gloomy skies, and our temperatures are ranging right now. We did see that they were in the 50s in the morning and also in the 60s. But this is a look at our radar, and technically we could see that those showers and thunderstorms are mainly towards Victoria all the way into San Antonio. Houston is the one that is getting lots of heavy rainfall with those thunderstorms as well. So those temperatures for us this morning we do see are ranging in the 60s, and that is due to the cloud coverage that we have. So that's why our temperatures are ranging in the 60s right now. 64 for us here at home, 65 for Zapata, 66 for Fear. When I say at home, I say Laredo. We're in Laredo. So 61 for Carrizo Spring. And then our visibility this morning was low. We do see that now we're at 10-mile visibility, which is good. But once again, for tonight, that could be possible. Some possible fog all the way into tomorrow morning, which is Friday. And yay, it's Friday. The weekend is almost near. And you guys really want to know as well how it's going to be looking for this weekend. Well, we're not looking at any rain chances, but it is going to be very warm as well. So as I was mentioning, we do see that those showers and thunderstorms are mainly occurring in Houston all the way down into Victoria. Corpus Christi got some showers and thunderstorms this morning as well. So a closer look at that. If you see that darker green in parts of Houston, that's where they're getting that heavy rainfall. And also there's lots of thunderstorm activity as well. And all along the Texas coast, even Galveston, Victoria, Houston, it's more towards the south that they're getting those showers and thunderstorms. For us, we just got those cloudy skies and also just that light drizzle. Sun coming out later on in the afternoon, but these areas that are shaded in pink, which is from the outskirts of Houston, Bay City, Victoria, Beeville, Seadrift, near Corpus Christi, they're under a severe thunderstorm watch all the way up to 1 p.m. And even for the evening hours, they're expected to get lots of showers and thunderstorms. For us, the good thing is that no more rain chances for tomorrow. It's only going to be very warm. So for today from 1 p.m., we do see that we're going to start to see more of that sun with some clouds in the 80s. Then by 7 p.m., you know, there's still sunlight out there around 7, sunny skies in the low 80s. Then for tonight, not dropping into the 50s. We're going to be staying in the 60s. It is going to be slightly warmer for us. And then tomorrow in the morning, there's that possibility of some fog in your early commute. But look at that high, sunny skies, getting a taste of summer already. 91 is expected to be our high. Then for the night, dropping into the upper 50s. Might not get into the upper 50s, might just stay in the 60s. But then over the weekend, I know there's going to be many events like the Jambuzi, the Bola Blanca too. That's a golf tournament. There's going to be lots of events, and we do even a car show. So we do see that our highs are going to be in the 80s with breezy conditions, mostly sunny. Then for Sunday, it will be partly sunny. Then for next week, we're looking at quiet weather with breezy conditions, lots of sunshine, and our highs ranging in the mid to upper 80s. Then our lows for Monday and Tuesday in the upper 50s. What do you think about the weekend weather?
That's good, Yolanda. Really nice weather that we're going to have. Any idea how Easter is going to look yet?
I would say, you know how sometimes in Easter we get that cool weather, sometimes with some rain, probably going to see cool weather or maybe warm, because we've been getting above normal temperatures for the month of, even for the month of, for the winter season, and now we're in spring season. let's see, Mother Nature.
All right, Yolanda Villarreal, thank you very much for joining us this morning. As always, you will be on Telemundo en tu Casa at 11 o'clock, and then you'll be with me on KGNS News at noon. Thanks,
The
Yolanda.
Villarreal Show.
Yes, the Villarreal Show, just like this one. Thanks, Yolanda.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, let's go ahead and take a quick look at your traffic this morning. This is I-35 at Garissa. It does not look as misty as it did earlier this morning, so it should be clearing up, as Yolanda mentioned. A little bit of light traffic out there as you head toward the downtown area on this Thursday morning. Okay, going to take a quick break. I will be right back. Whoa. I will be right back after this on the KGNS Digital News Desk. Coming up, we are going to have Brenda Camacho's part one of her On Your Side from Zapata. So that's a very interesting On Your Side story that Brenda Camacho put together. It's 2 parts. We'll play the first part for you, and then part 2 will air tonight. So stay tuned for that. We'll be right back here on the KGNS Digital News Desk. All right, welcome back to the KGNS Digital News Desk on this Thursday morning. Let's get into your news. Starting with this. As SB4 continues to be in limbo, the city of Laredo is preparing to tackle the challenges that come with it. Yesterday, Laredo's city leaders, Dr. Victor Trevino, the mayor of Laredo, they addressed the community during a press conference to go over the city's plan if SB4 does go into effect. Araceli Garza was there and has the details.
It's been a back and forth at the Supreme Court level talking about SB4. This law would give local and state agencies the power to ask for residency and even arrest people if they don't provide this documentation. Here in Laredo, city officials are now speaking to the public about. It's been a back and forth at the Supreme Court level talking about SB4. This law would give local and state agencies the power to ask for residency and even arrest people if they don't provide this documentation. Here in Laredo, city officials are now speaking to the public about this law.
Texas SB4 has left many cities within the Lone Star State feeling uncertain. The city of Laredo is no exception. Wednesday morning, Laredo city officials along with Webb County agencies addressed SB4. The city of Laredo mayor, Dr. Victor Trevino, says he is worried racial profiling will occur for those driving tractor trailers. Trevino says the new law could have bigger consequences for the city of over 200,000 residents.
And these people could potentially be stopped because they fit the profile. This would impact the amount of commerce that we have, being that Laredo is the #1 port in the United States. This will impact on the amount of trade.
Trevino says if this new law were to go in effect, local law enforcement like police and the sheriff's office will need training. Laredo Chief of Police Miguel Rodriguez understands that people may feel on edge with the new law. However, he assures people if this law were to go into effect, they will not be stopping people unless there is a probable cause.
A lot of it has to do with training. A lot of it has to do with, the steps that we're going to be taking to make sure that there is no racial profiling. The steps that we're going to be taking to make sure that whenever we do make a stop and that it is a legal stop and that this law is applied, that we have everything, all the measures in place to make sure that it's not racial profiling.
Chief Rodriguez says the agency has body cameras to be transparent with the community and be held accountable for their traffic stops. He says the law calls for local agencies to detain people through legal detention or through an arrest.
If you are stopped in a DWI and you're not from here, we still charge you with a DWI arrest. We still take you to jail, and then once you're at county jail, they decide, hey, we can apply this law. But right now, it already happens where if you're not from here, Border Patrol comes in or ICE comes in, and they do the detainer and they deport you. The mechanism already exists.
He says if police see people crossing the river illegally, they can now arrest them. The Consul General of Mexico, Juan Carlos Mendoza, also in attendance. Mendoza speaking against the law, saying Mexico will not accept people being deported by the Texas local agencies.
Going to happen because Mexico is not going to cooperate with the government of Texas under any circumstances, because the authority for repatriation is a federal responsibility, and the deals and the agreements are between the government of Mexico and the government of the United States. We have repatriation agreements that we conduct through the Border Patrol in a safe and orderly and respecting the human rights of the migrants.
It's unknown whether Texas Senate Bill 4 will go into effect or if things might change in the future. Reporting from the Laredo City Hall, Lisely Garza.
Thanks, Oseli. If the law does go into effect, local agencies will receive the same training to enforce the law. Meanwhile, law enforcement personnel continue to encourage victims of crime to report the crimes that they've experienced, and they should not be afraid to ask for help, even if they don't have legal status. In other news, a massive accident sends 2 people to the hospital on Wednesday evening. This happened along I-35 by Benavides Street. According to the Laredo Fire Department, one woman was taken to the hospital in stable condition with neck pain after a 4-vehicle accident on the highway's southbound lane. A man was also taken with pain in his knee. One of the vehicles, we're told, took some major damage to the front. Everyone else involved in the accident refused treatment. Okay, so now to that Zapata story. Lots of people in our neighboring community of Zapata are demanding answers after several documents were turned over to the Zapata County Commissioner's Court, allegedly showing that a nonprofit agency in town misused public funds and allegedly tried to cover it up. These allegations have been swirling around for years and are now surfacing due to one person's claim that the full truth is not being shared to commissioners. In this KGNS On Your Side story, our Brenda Camacho speaks to those who uncovered alleged questionable practices and why a well-known organization's reputation is now being questioned. A reminder, this is part 1 of this On Your Side story. Part 2 will air tonight. Here's Brenda.
It's upsetting, that for so many years the abuse was going on.
In the small town of Zapata, Texas, which sits just 50 miles south of Laredo, glossed over practices bind the over 13,000 people who live there. One in particular has been slowly chipping away at the town.
We used to have a lot of businesses coming in, whether it be for the oil field or for people being drawn in by the lake or different things like that. But in the last couple of years, it has really died down.
Zapata was once a destination for anglers thanks to the annual fishing derbies held at the Falcon Reservoir. There was a time when the city thrived on its local business push, an effort led many times by the Zapata County Chamber of Commerce. But in recent years, community members say it's been different.
Certainly there's been a cloud over the chamber.
Joe Rathmill, a Zapata native and the current Zapata County judge, has been at the helm for over a decade. Rathmill says he's familiar with the impact a thriving Chamber of Commerce could have and was having in the past.
I remember the chamber always being part of our community.
But as of late,
there has been little to no activity hosting any tournaments bringing any events in our community. There are a lot of upset and I would say disappointed folks in our community.
So Judge, when did you start noticing issues arise at the chamber?
I think the issues, to me, started being a problem was when we had an election and the president of the chamber was elected as county commissioner.
Jose Paco Mendoza took over as chamber president in 2008. While still holding that position in 2017, he was elected Zapata County Precinct 1 commissioner. Rathmill says at the time, Zapata County was one of the main funding sources for the chamber.
I did ask him to consider leaving the chamber and serve as a county commissioner. Of course, he decided otherwise.
Rathmill says he's unaware if there's a legal issue when it comes to holding both positions at the same time. But he says ethically, it felt wrong.
Did the county attorney ever chime in saying whether it was necessary or not?
I cannot recollect that he actually had an opinion one way or the other.
According to the judge, the county would give the chamber a majority of the money collected from the hotel-motel taxes every year, which at times added up to as much as $150,000 a year. Rathmill says the county would also subsidize by providing the chamber with an office building, utilities, and insurance. All that money was coming from one place.
It's all tax money.
It was in 2021 that the judge said he noticed a red flag.
We had negotiated with 2 wind projects that were going to be constructed in our county. We wanted the Commissioner's Court would like for the nonprofits in our county to also be part of the abatement process, and the county aligned and some monies specifically for the Boys and Girls Club, County Fair, and also monies were attributed and assigned to the Chamber of Commerce for them to promote our community, our lake, and host fishing tournaments.
Judge Rathmill says $25,000 were given to the chamber.
All that year there was no fishing tournaments. We started asking questions and started requesting information from the commissioner and the president of the chamber for documents to see where these monies were being spent.
In an October 2021 meeting, the Commissioner's Court unanimously agreed to withhold funding from nonprofits until the court received their budgets and finances. A request the judge says other nonprofits were able to fulfill, but not the chamber. By July 2022, Zapata County had enough, so the Commissioner's Court approved an order requesting all financial statements from the chamber for the years 2021, 2020, and 2019, specifically for invoices, receipts, any proof of what taxpayer money was being used for.
I think 1 week per year, so by August 1st, we would like those records to be brought to our treasurer's office.
Explain to me how you go about a year with a president who is also a commissioner. What kind of conversations do you have back and forth in the course of that year?
Well, certainly they weren't very congenial. We had serious discussions about in Commissioner's Court as to why these documents are required and the county is entitled to see these documents.
It wasn't until August of 2022 that Rathmill says he received the chamber's finances from Joseph Peña, who had taken over as president of the chamber by that time and is the current president, but adds that its contents only led to more questions.
Those documents that were originally turned in by the president and of the board to myself and to the county, those documents seem to be altered.
Soon after, the chamber and Mendoza cut all ties. And on June 12, 2023, the Commissioner's Court took action and issued a contempt of court order against the Zapata County Chamber of Commerce.
We're actually being fined per day, per member, for not providing documentation. The fee was already close to $11,000.
While the county was playing hardball for the truth, what was going on behind the scenes at the chamber is a whole other story.
Turned in what I had to.
In part two, we'll introduce you to the anonymous source from the Zapata County Chamber of Commerce who dug into a treasure trove of documents in search of the truth. And we hold those in charge of checks and balances in the county responsible. Also find out what state investigators respond after asking about the allegations. For this KGNS On Your Side investigation, I'm Brenda Camacho.
All right, so part two of that will air tonight during KGNS News at 10. Thanks, Brenda. Well, back to SB4. Civil rights groups are addressing the law's potential impact on certain communities. Of those concerned, some groups worry racial profiling can become a factor during the law's application to protect individuals. One local ACLU member says he advises those with worries to contact a lawyer if possible. He says knowing and understanding your rights go a long way in protecting yourself in particular situations.
We're saying, as a ACLU and the lawsuit that we're bringing, the state is attempting with this law to take over the powers of the immigration authorities who are trained for that. They know exactly what they need to do. Here what if you get some rookie cop that's been on the street 30 days?
Well, although the law's future remains unclear, Almaraz believes the courts will ultimately strike down the law as unconstitutional. Meanwhile, those who work to secure the southern border are voicing some of their concerns. Hector Garza, president of the National Border Patrol Council 2455, believes not enough is being done to protect the border. With this new law, Garza feels agents would benefit from additional support from local or state law enforcement.
We would expect that the state of Texas would implement proper protocols and regulations to make sure that our peace officers in the state of Texas are properly trained if they're going to be enforcing this new law that would potentially now pass or be implemented. At the end of the day, this would be the law of Texas, and as peace officers, we will not have the choice to pick and choose which laws we would enforce or not.
Well, the union represents approximately 18,000 Border Patrol agents and supports personnel. We switch gears now. We go to the school district over at UISD, where a confiscated poster is at the center of attention after an incident occurred at Tuesday night's board meeting. According to a UISD parent, a UISD police officer aggressively took away a poster from a minor at that meeting. The poster alluded to a property near Muller Elementary and voiced concerns over plans for a warehouse project. UISD Board President Ramiro Veriz says the poster was confiscated because posters are not allowed at board meetings and are against district policy, but it's that policy that one UISD parent is questioning and believes is wrong.
A solution would be to get rid of the unconstitutional policy they have in place. They do have a policy, but that policy goes against Chapter 551 Code of the Texas Open Meetings Act, which expressively allows members of the public to have posters, including banners, like big banners.
Well, another UISD parent also mentioned that Laredo Police Department officers had to intervene and a report was made to Laredo Police. Well, speaking of police, some local men and women aspiring for a future in law enforcement gathered Wednesday morning to take the entrance exam for the Laredo Police Department. They were at the same Auto Arena for what's the first of many steps before eventually making it to the academy, then becoming an officer. We're told the new chief of police would like to increase the number of officers to a possible threshold of 600. Currently, the force is at about 550. And the construction of the highly anticipated tennis complex at TAMIU has finally been completed. That announcement was made at Monday's City Council meeting. It includes 6 National Collegiate Athletic Association level courts and 12 United States Tennis Association recreational level courts. The court includes sports lighting, fencing, bleachers, and other necessary equipment. Voters agreed to have that project set up on TAMIU property back in 2014. And Laredo students will model the latest fashion trends later today in celebration of World Down Syndrome Day. UISD Special Education Department will hold its second annual fashion show at the Cherish Center located at Elias Herrera Middle School. Over 40 students will take the center stage at the school's cafeteria wearing some of the best business attire provided by local retailers.
The importance, again, is for the students to recognize as they're honing their working skills and job skills and building their resumes to get hired here within our community, that it's very important to dress for success and look your best every single day in your job that you're performing with.
Well, Lopez adds that for the past 13 years, the Cherish Center has been helping special needs students with life after graduation by preparing them to work at specific jobs within the community. Again, that fashion show is taking place. Well, actually, it started at 9 o'clock this morning at the Elias Herrera Middle School cafeteria. All right, that's it for now. Telemundo Tu Casa is coming up in less than half an hour, and then I will see you on KGNS News at noon. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a blessed rest of your day.